We have a lot of robust discussions going on here. This is our first meeting of the Insurance Committee for 2016, and I would like to welcome three new members of the committee, Senator Serino, Senator Murphy, and Senator Hamilton are new members of our committee, and welcome aboard. Thank you. And just as a matter of introduction, I'd like to introduce our staff. Natalie Bernardi, of course, continues as our counsel. Lori Hemmerith as our clerk. And from our central office, Frank Avella, from the counsel's office. Also, Nicola Coleman will be working with us as well. She's at the housing hearing, I assume. Yeah. And of course, our last but not least, certainly our ranking member continues with Senator Breslin.
Thank you, Senator Seward. And we have Evan Schneider here from my staff. We're limited to one, and we're able to accomplish our goals.
Okay. Well, very good. With that, we have a four-bill agenda for our meeting today, and the first bill is Senate number 853. Natalie?
This legislation permits health insurers and HMOs to offer actuarially appropriate premium discounts or other benefits or enhancements to enrollees who participate in a qualified wellness program.
This bill passed the Senate last year unanimously. Any before you get to your motion, any discussion or questions? Yes, Senator Hamilton.
I just need clarification as far as actually reductions. Is that a reduction in your life expectancy? I mean, what's the reduction in relation to, and also participation in the qualified wellness program? What is that qualified wellness program?
It's a premium discount that they would be allowed to be offered if approved by the Department of Financial Services.
This would be overseen by the Department of Financial Services, both in the you just couldn't say any wellness program; it'd have to be approved, and also the premium is the premium discount.
So let's say to myself, I go to a wellness program, my insurance premium will be reduced.
That's the idea.
Yes, that's the idea. Yes.
Here's the philosophy. It's a lot easier to stay healthy than to get healthy.
Okay.
I own a wellness center for 23 years. So my question was, who's going to qualify these wellness centers?
It's like a points reduction program in motor vehicle, but it's dealing with health.
The Department of Financial Services will do it.
They'll do the certification.
And authorize the the discount. So there are lots of reasons to be involved with wellness programs. For your wellness, obviously. Any other questions or discussion? We'll finally get to Senator Larkin's motion. And is there a second?
Second.
Any negative votes? That bill is reported. Next is Senate Bill 3287. If reported, would be referred to Finance. Natalie?
The purpose of this legislation is to allow New York to join the Interstate Insurance Product Regulation Compact.
Senator Breslin?
I would move that bill. It's a bill that Senator Seward and I have worked on for, I think now, in excess of 15 years.
I think so, yes.
And I think it adds stability.
Only 14 and a half.
It adds stability to the market.
Second.
Any other discussion or questions or comments? Senator Hamilton.
I just want to commend Senator Breslin for having the foresight to introduce this bill, or the idea 15 years ago, making it easier for insurance companies to have interstate commerce. Yeah. So I'm all for it.
Great. Yeah. Any other questions or comments? We'll take more questions just like that one. Okay, the motion's been made and seconded. Any negative votes? That bill is referred to Finance. The next bill is Senate Bill 4444B, which is the Personal Motor Vehicle Sharing Act. Before I turn it over to Natalie, I'll just point out this is we have in terms of the so-called sharing economy, we have a couple of bills we've been working on. One is the ride sharing, which is not on today's agenda. We're still working on that, following our roundtable. I know Senator Breslin and others were involved in with me last fall on that's the ride sharing. There's still some more issues there. This is the Personal Motor Vehicle Sharing Act, which is the peer-to-peer car sharing legislation. And with that, Natalie, would you like to
Yes.
provide
This
additional
legislation
explanation?
creates the Personal Motor Vehicle Sharing Act, which establishes insurance coverage for vehicle owners and renters participating in a peer-to-peer personal vehicle sharing program.
Move it.
Move it.
Yes, Senator Breslin.
I'd just like to say, I find the card sharing both very good in the area of wealthier people want to take a Bentley and go someplace. More importantly for me, and I represent 5 cities, and card sharing for the inner cities is a tremendous benefit for people who can't afford a car, but they have to get to doctor services, or they have to get their children various places, or they have commitments that are critically important, and they don't have transportation otherwise, and they, for a reasonable cost, have the availability of a car share in their neighborhood where they can walk to a place where they can pick up that car for that specific purpose. And I quite frankly, and it doesn't, at least it looks as though it will not decrease employment, but it will enhance the quality of life for those people who can't afford a vehicle.
Thank you, Senator Breslin. Senator Sanders, do you have a question or comment?
Just a statement, sir.
Sure.
I think it's the concept is a good idea, and I wanted to join my colleagues on it. The concept is good for an environmental point of view, where if you don't need a car and you don't have to buy a car, you have the ability to use one. So if done right, if it's situated right, it could be a good thing for everybody.
Thank you. Yes, and I would view this is it's known as peer-to-peer. I mean, this is someone has a car, they don't need it for a period of time, whether it be during a few hours during the day, or perhaps you go on an extended trip for a week or two, whatever the case may be. That vehicle is available then to be used by others for hire. And this works out the insurance, make sure that the proper insurance is in place while that vehicle is being used by others.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Senator Martin.
Just as a follow-up to all the points that have been made to this point. You know, if we had thought about doing something like this 10 years ago, we couldn't. And technology now is at a point where if we don't innovate along with the opportunities that exist, we miss out on these opportunities. The idea of sharing cars, amongst other things, and we'll be discussing, I'm sure, in this committee, other things having to do with transportation as we go through the year. But it's a fact that as technology progresses, it's our responsibility to make sure that we make laws that allow that technology to give people the best benefit possible. And this, I think, is one of those bills. So I want to just congratulate you on advancing that.
Thank you, Senator Martin, as well said. Any other questions or comments? I would just note there may be a few tweaks yet on this legislation. We would like to have it reported today, and there may be a couple of tweaks, nothing major, before actual action on the floor. So with that, is there a motion to report?
Yep.
And second?
Second.
Are there any negative votes? That bill is reported. And finally is Senate Bill 5363. Natalie?
This legislation amends the insurance law in relation to travel insurance.
Yeah, this would put New York in conformity with both NAIC and the NCOIL model acts in terms of travel insurance. Any questions or comments on this legislation?
Second.
Motion to move and second. Are there any negative votes? This bill is reported. Thank you very much. We'll look ahead at this.